Hello, my name is Miss Flag, and I'm going to be teaching a second grade classroom on the concept attainment model regarding math. So for prior knowledge, the students are going to need to remember what geometrical figures are and recall the last week when we talked about the number of sides and faces and bases of certain geometrical figures and the classification, whether they're 2D or 3D, and they're going to be able to remember the names, but we are going to practice as I go through the lesson. Good morning, class. Today we are going to work on a geometry math lesson regarding a model that is going to help us really focus on different characteristics so we can classify geometrical figures. All right, so you have your notebook in front of you, and I want you to turn to a blank page and draw a T-chart. You guys know what those are. And I want you to label one side A and one side B. Now, what I'm going to show you is what I want you to draw in your notebook, and it's okay if it's not 100% perfect because my drawings are not, but it's just kind of the idea. Okay, so as you see up here, we have one column named A and one column named B. The reason why they're named A and B is because they're classified in a certain way, but I'm not going to tell you what they are because that's what your job is to do today. So in column A, I'm going to go through three of the examples, and I want you to say them out loud with me. So, circle, circle, square, triangle. Good job, guys. So now I want one student to raise their hand and tell me how many sides does a triangle have? 3, good job. How many sides does this rectangle have? 4, you guys are geniuses. All right, so we're gonna move to the column B. And I want you to repeat what these shapes are. And if you're unfamiliar with them, that's okay. We're going to keep working on them. So the first one is cube, cone, and prism. Now, can anyone recall from last week what base is and tell me what the base of this prism is? Ah, good job. Yes, triangle. And now for this cone, what is always the base of a cone? Circle. Yes. Good job, guys. You're learning so well. All right. So what I want you to do is to copy this chart in your notebook. I'll give you about a minute or so to do. All right. Now that you have this chart in your book, I want you to turn into your reading partner, and I want you guys to really look at this chart and describe and try to figure out how these shapes are categorized. So I want you to compare each shape inside each category, find what's common, what's different, and then write down on the top of the chart what you guys think the A and B should be labeled. And I'll give you about 5 minutes or so to do. All right. Sweet. So you guys talked about a lot. So now I want you guys to raise your hand and tell me what you guys talked about. So I'm going to pick about 3 people and tell me what you guys came up with as like why you think these are categorized the way they are. All right. So from those 3 students, I heard number of sides. Good idea. Flat versus popped up. Makes sense. And shape type. All right. Okay. So now we're going to move on, and I'm going to show you 3 more examples of shapes that I want you on your own to draw underneath your category, underneath each A or B that you think matches up with the shape. All right, so we got the first one. Can anyone tell me what this is? Square, good job. Can anyone tell me what this one is? Trapezoid, nice. Now, can anyone tell me what this one is? Cylinder, good job. Okay, so now I want you to take each of these 3 examples, and I want you to draw them under either A or B. Now that you drew those shapes under the categories, I want you to turn to your learning partner and discuss what you guys put under each category. Now, it's okay if you guys disagree and you think that your learning partner is correct and you can change as you go. And there's no right or wrong answer. So whatever you think is best is what I want to see on your paper. All right, so you guys were having a pretty good discussion about what shapes go under A or B. I really liked it. So now I'm going to show you guys what the correct answers are. All right, so we put the square and the trapezoid under category A. Raise your hand if you and your learning partner got that correct. Nice job, majority of the class. Now in category B, we have the cylinder. Raise your hand if you got that correct on column B. Nice job, guys. Okay, so has anyone figured out how these shapes are classified? No? Well, I guess I'm about to tell you. So in category A, these are all 2D shapes. And then in category B, these are all 3D shapes. Now, what I want us to do is we're going to go through and we're going to name each one again because I want you guys really to focus and put the names to the shapes so you can remember them. So for the 2D shapes, we have circle, rectangle, triangle, square, trapezoid. Nice job. Okay, so category B, we have cube, cone, prism, and cylinder. Nice job, guys. So those are going to be our new vocabulary words, is 3D shapes. Now, can someone raise their hand and tell me one 3D shape that they learned today? Prism. Good job. Now, can someone tell me one 2D shape that they learned about that they didn't know before? Trapezoid. Sweet. You guys did really well in this lesson. And next week, we're going to talk more about geometrical figures. Good job.